Hi everyone, so tonight I'm going to try a Lillian Fox set, and I got these back. It's been several years and I finally decided to just stick with Color Street because there's plenty of cute things just with Color Street, and there are some things that are a little trickier about these, and so I haven't done one of these in years, so this might be a learning curve. See, like... Okay, you grab it right there to pull it off. Okay, so these already, I'm noticing they're a lot thicker than a Color Street strip. And the other thing that, so you should, in theory, be able to just pull out a set and slap them on, but they are much smaller, I feel like, than Color Street is the strips. And so we're going to try to make them fit my nails and do some creative stuff, so. Because if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I have wider and nail beds and longer nails. And one thing I know I didn't like about them is you have to actually cut them. Whereas Color Street, you can just, that would just tear right off. But I have these new nippers, recommended by Stacy. We're going to see if that makes it a little better. And I'm not super proficient with these yet. So we'll just see how this goes. Okay, but is this not the cutest set ever? It's so cute. So I've had it forever, meaning to do it. Because it's just adorable. And a lot of the other ones that I got, I was like, I can live without. I'll give them away just because I know I'm not going to get to them. But this one was just so cute. Okay, that went on really cute. And really nice. It stuck pretty well. I do just have my nail teaks because these still, I hear, well, obviously they have an adhesive. They're basically just stickers. So I have my nail teaks on to protect my nails and hopefully give them a little bit of strength. And I picked to do this set now because for work, we have pretty strict nail rules. We can have, for a while there, it had to be real nail polish, couldn't be chipped at all. I don't know if I ever need the rubber cuticle pusher because I feel like these aren't going to get the wrinkles like Color Street does. Anyway, they had to be real nail polish, and I think we're allowed to have gel now. Obviously, I'm not into that, but I was thankful for Color Street that I could still, not that I was ever into the salon, but I'm thankful that Color Street is 100% nail polish, so I didn't have to feel like I was breaking any rules or get in trouble for it. Anyway, so I have a gap where I'm not working for the next week and a half, so it seemed like a good time to pull these out because these are technically not allowed. So Lillian Fox, some positive things. They're super inexpensive. I think they're like $2.99. At least they were back in the day when I bought these. These I probably bought in 2020, honestly. And they just come in a silver package. They're just stickers, so I don't think they're not ever going to dry out. So I will probably just toss. These are probably all I'm going to have left over. I don't know, because they don't really fit. I'll probably just toss them, or I don't know, see if my sister wants them or something. But you don't have to worry about sealing them back up. And I do want to pre-cut this so it's a little rounder, like I do with the Color Street. And then I just remember back when I did wear these, they kind of popped off and didn't last as long. So we're going to test them out and see how they go now. Since I am using the nail strengthener, things stick a little better, and they feel like they're sticking really well to my nails overall, so. Oh, goodness. Okay, so that peeled up easier than Color Street. It did start to pull the nail teaks. This strip is going to be too small for this nail. I'm just going to try not to, and I don't think these stretch. Huh? Actually, I think that did actually stretch. Okay, so maybe they do stretch. Okay, that made it so there's not as much of a gap as I was thinking there would be. That did seem like it stretched, so we'll try it on the other side too. I didn't realize they do that. That's cool. And one thing that's fun about these plastic sets like this, the overlays, you can actually, like, the color's not going to fade when you put it over top. Like, it's not going to be drowned out if you put it over a color, because it's plastic, and where Color Street's real nail polish, you know, which has a lot of advantages, there are some disadvantages. Like that, where you can't just, like, these are just printed on plastic, basically, so. Okay, let's do the other one. And I did bring my nail teaks down here. So this is what it looks like. I don't think I've shown you guys. So this is the pink one, which I think is the nail strengthening. Well, it is. It's the nail strengthening one, and you're supposed to use that until you feel like your nails are strengthened enough, and then they have a blue one, I guess, that you switch to. And the instructions when you get it are, like, I couldn't find that written anywhere, so I only know that from hearing from other nail ladies, checking with them, so I don't know. Curious to see how long this takes me to do this manicure, although I feel like half the time is going to be me trying to get it peeled off the backing. Oh, do this side. Yeah, so we're going to test if it stretches. So right now it only goes to there. You can see that there's a big gap. Let's try stretching it. Yeah, I think that's stretching, and they stretch pretty easy too. That's cool. And I don't think, it doesn't really seem to show. Okay, there's still a gap there, but I'm just gonna ignore. Honestly, I'm not planning on wearing these. Oh, did I not get it centered? Looks like there's, like, overhang on the other side. I'm not planning on these lasting that long. Just enough for me to enjoy that this is a really cute design. I don't remember how I cut these. Ooh, cut these really jagged. How I cut these previously when I didn't have these nippers. Probably just did my scissors, honestly. I'm sure you could, like, measure and try to pre-cut, but I'm not good at that. Okay, now this is where it's gonna get tricky. So I was thinking of layering these 3. Yeah, I'm not sure how we're gonna do this, or what I was thinking when I planned this, but we'll see. See, I was gonna do this one. This is the 3rd biggest strip in the pack. I was gonna do it here, but then it left this one for my pinky, and it is like, or sorry, my ring, and it is, I don't know, now that I know that they stretch, maybe I should just stretch it. I bet I could get it to stretch. Because that looks like a pain to, where these are, like, you're going to have to pre-cut it. You can't just perforate it. I love to just perforate with my little cuticle stick, this guy, on the nail with Color Street, but Let's see if I can stretch it, and if not, maybe I'll just peel it off. We'll try. That's one thing I did enjoy about these, is that you just peel them off to remove. I really don't like removing my nail polish. That's probably my least favorite part. That is so small. Let's see. Yeah, that's stretching. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that's satisfactory. It almost looks like nail polish because you can see somehow see the ridges through, even though it's thick. My nail ridges. Okay, so then in that case, we'll go back to using this one on this finger. That's the other thing with the way my nail beds are sometimes. The way the strips, you know how these come with 3 different patterns. Sometimes they divide up weird, like the ones that fit the right size. Like you might end with 3 in the row of, do I want to cut that first? No, that's good. I'll end up with, like 3 in a row based on where they fit best. And so I'm very impressed that they stretch so well. So that makes that con of, them being smaller not as much of a con, because I can make them work. Let's see if we can get it to do it here. They definitely have a strong plastic smell, especially when you first take them out. Okay, I just clipped my fingernail a little bit. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. We'll look. Where'd the strip go? I just cut off. Oh, there it is. Let's see if I clip my fingernail. No, maybe not. I don't know. That was really loud. I don't know if it came across in the video, but... Oh, the set's so cute, though. Lillian Fox has some really cute designs. And I feel like with Color Street, like the same as Color Street, I could buy tons and tons of them. And I don't know, back in the day, it felt like there was a lot of different ones. And so I decided to just, I'm just going to be a Color Street hoarder. Not going to hoard multiples because there's already too many Color Street ones that I can't wear. So we're finally getting snow around here now that it's March. I feel like it's been we've had rain this winter, but a lot of pretty dry winter. I've heard we've gotten enough in the mountains, which is good because we always struggle with drought around here. But over last night and today, it pretty much snowed all day. It was fun. Like, I feel like I'm ready for spring. And I'm done with winter, but also, like, we didn't have enough snow that I still get excited when it snows. So. And it wasn't a ton, maybe a few inches, but things were, I guess the pavement was warm enough / wet enough. I don't know, maybe it needs shoveled by now, but I didn't have to shovel anything. I don't think. We have a neighbor. He's so amazing. He has a snow blower and he'll do our whole street. And so usually before I can even get a chance to get out there, he's done it. He's like my hero. Amazing human. Okay, we're gonna do the stretching again. This morning I went to my Rev and Flow workout class, which is like a dance-based class, but it's more like strength than like the dance cardio one, which is what the class usually is. Anyway, it's like a different version of it. And it's a good workout, and it's a little bit shorter. So I enjoy that, but I feel like you really get a good work. Like I'll probably be sore. And that's when I had the flu. It took me a while to figure out that I was trying to see if it's whiter on one end, maybe slightly. It took me a while to figure out that I was getting the flu because my throat was scratchy. I went to this workout class and then I was just kind of like achy, but I figured it was sore muscles. So took me a while. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. If you're familiar with Lillian Fox and you have tips, feel free. How to get these off. Although I think I only have one more Lillian Fox set. It's a really pretty, super sparkly purple to like white ombre. So who knows if I'll actually wear it or not. Yeah, that was a struggle to get off. Okay, and I am gonna cut it flat. Honestly, I think pretty deep cut flat. And we'll see what happens. No, we're gonna not get it off again. Grew stuck. So this week my craft group is doing card making. And how our craft group works is we all kind of just take turns sharing a different craft activity each, and we do it monthly. And so this month I'm doing card making, which is one of my other hobbies. I'm trying to decide on a project, and I just said we're going to do spring cards. And the thing with that is there's so many cute, fun things to do for that. But I think I'm coming up with something. Because we'll have it upstairs in our dining room. But I don't want to take my whole craft room upstairs. So, I'm trying to decide. Okay, so there's a little bit hanging over. I wonder if I can get it with these nips. I am not proficient with these yet because I've only had them a few weeks probably. Yeah, I think. Yeah. See if we can get a little bit more. Oh, these are so cute. Oh my gosh. And this set was called Hibiscus something. I mean, I'm sure it doesn't really matter because it's so old. Now I definitely don't want to use my thumb to peel with because I feel like I'll just peel the sticker off. So I'll try to... There we go, maybe... I didn't cut it yet, I realize. There we go. Okay, and I do have to say, how cute are these scissors? They're like purpley to blue. Probably a lot of different colors in there. Chromatic. They're from Stacy when I won Bingo last year, which is a pretty amazing prize. I think it was like 10 sets of nails, and then those scissors, and this was one of the things in there, the acrylic pen, and these are like some of my favorite. Clearly they're like in my main tools now. Just for playing a fun game. So it was pretty great. I'm working on my organization, so I keep all my nails upstairs, because that's where I used to do my nails. Just as I do them at night, you know, while my husband and I are watching a show, or, you know, just in between other things. Like our main living space is upstairs. But the best place to do nails when I'm recording it is down in my craft room. And so I'm working on my organization, because I still will keep my nails upstairs just because then I can plan them even when I'm watching kids and stuff. My time in my craft room is pretty limited because obviously it's not very fun with the kids in here, especially my baby who's fast turning into a toddler and very grabby. Oh man, he's getting to be so busy right now. So if I have them upstairs, I can pull them out easily and sit at the table or whatever. And usually I sit on my bed and plan stuff. Okay, these are so cute. So cute. And I am going to... So yeah, they're very like tacky, sticky. I am going to put... And I don't think these ever really cure, so I'm not... A lot of times I'll wait to do top coat until things cure. But I'm just going to do it right now. And this is Color Street's Plumping Top Coat. But any top coat. It'll just make it, give it more of like a polish feel. And these might be fun after a few days of wear to go and do a glitter top coat. I don't know, we'll see. Sometimes I like to just wear them, you know, as is, and enjoy them as the art was originally created by the original artist, nail designer. And then jazz them up and experiment with the fun glitters on top. So Color Street's top coat is fine. I've used it for a while. There's one, I don't even know what it is now. I think it's a Sally Hansen one. And now that I've converted, I really love Stacy's gel top coat she makes. It's called Don't Be Jealous. That stuff is the best. Anyway, but there's one that I feel like it's just from Walmart. Or I've probably bought it on Amazon. I think it's a Sally Hansen, but I don't know. That I really liked, like for just a few bucks. It was worked pretty dang good. Obviously I like Stacy's better. And this is pretty good too, but for the price, like the other one, I liked it a lot anyway. I guess I have more leftover strips now that I discovered that they stretch, so I don't know. Maybe I'll see if I can make the layering, cutting art thing work another time, or just pass them on, or toss them, I don't know. Because they're all really small. Let's see. Let's move this out of the way so you guys can see them. I just love this set. It's very cute. Very bright and fun for spring or summer. So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in and watching with me. I'll see you guys later. Hello again, everyone. So I wanted to do an update video. This is about 24 hours. This is the next night after the initial portion of my video was done. And actually, I've been really impressed with how these have held up. I cleaned my bathrooms today. I peeled 2 oranges, and I thought for sure that would peel them up. I've showered once since I did these, and they've been holding up really well. I did have some thoughts after the application. So the application was pretty easy. I would say these were easier to apply than Color Street, just because they're thicker, and you're not dealing with the wrinkles. Yeah, so like any user could probably pick these up and put them on pretty easily. Although I don't remember them being as easy before, so I don't know. Now that I have more experience, anyway, I feel like they were easier than Color Street for just someone jumping in. The stretching, so yes, they can stretch, and if you noticed on the video last night, kudos to you, but you can kind of see how it's kind of like lighter colored, so depending on the strip, it does show if you stretch it, if that bothers you. I don't think anyone would ever even notice that. And I definitely stretched the thumbs, and maybe because they're white, like I can't see where those stretch. The pink one, you can see that kind of dark spot there. And then again, this one where I stretched, it's just, it's like when you stretch plastic, it kind of got thin and whiter. I don't know. Anyway, so they do stretch, but potentially if that bothers you, that's something to think about. We talked about this last night. They're affordable. The designs are really fun and cute. Those are some positives. And then things that I didn't like as much, that they weren't as easy to perforate. I feel like you can do art with them, but it would be a little bit trickier. I bet they punch okay. I don't see why they wouldn't punch okay. I guess I didn't try it, but because it's going to be, it's going to be hard to perforate them on your nails. And I honestly thought these were going to catch and peel up a lot more, so I was a little bit careful with them throughout the day. But as I kind of got used to them, I was a little more, not adventurous, but a little more, I don't know, willing to just do stuff with it. I did mop my floors today, and I did avoid like scraping up stuff from the floor that was stuck, scuzz from the kids. So I got a butter knife for that. But I mean, even Color Street would potentially, so I'll only do that with Color Street if I'm like ready to change my mani out and I'm, ready for it to suffer damage. You can see there's a little bit of missingness kind of on that nail, but that could be maybe just how I clipped them when I applied them. But anyway, overall, I've liked these more than I remember liking them. I'll probably still be a Color Street girl forever, but yeah, I was more impressed with these than I thought. And then, I don't know, we'll just see if there's more update videos as we go. Yeah, we'll see how long these last. So thanks so much. Hi everyone, so today is about 48 hours after I did my Lily and Fox mani, day 2. This is just a super quick update, so I'm actually in my living room just kind of being lazy and making it easy, but they've held up pretty good. I was a little more chill about things in this one. I don't know if we can get it to focus. My pointer here did chip, but I was scratching my head pretty intensely to cause that to happen. So anyway, so that fall into the category of, really using your fingers to go at something, like I was mentioning with the mopping, not scraping stuff off the floor. So yeah, so small chip there, but not really noticeable, and otherwise I've actually really been enjoying them. So that's day 2's update. Hey everybody, so I am kind of a day late. It's actually Saturday morning, so this is 3.5 days in. I didn't get my update in last night. They did suffer a little more wear last night, but yesterday was a crazy just kind of a go, go, go day. Anyway, so you can see I feel like this chipped a little more. Starting to see some wear on this one. A little bit of wear on the tips. And then there's some like really fine, I don't know if it's cracking. Oh, that's hard to see. It's getting blurry. On these white ones you can kind of see. Probably on the pink one, I can't tell. Not getting closer. So yeah, they're starting to see like some fine cracks. But I mean, overall, no one is going to notice. That they still overall look pretty good. But I don't know, I might end up taking these off soon because usually any little chip excuse to change out my nails, I go for it. So anyway, but that's the update. Hi everyone. So I feel like I've done my due diligence and kept these on for a week and a day now. I stopped doing the daily updates because they weren't super interesting, but as you can see, they held up pretty well. Still probably some more chipping than last time I was on there. On that one it's harder to see because that's a lighter color closer to my skin tone. A little bit of wear on the tips. You're starting to see some growth, but that's going to happen with anything you use, obviously. A little bit of this flower kind of chipped right there. Yeah, like honestly, I thought I was going to hate these and I thought they did really well. Now keeping them on for a week, I'm very excited to change them at this point. So I figured I'd jump on and remove them with you guys and learn this part too. And I'm just following the instructions from the Lillian Fox website. I figured I'd try 2 methods. One of them is they say to soak a nail polish. I'm using the Color Street. Since I started using that, I'm kind of sticking with that. So it said to soak a cotton bud in nail polish remover and leave it for 3 to 5 minutes. So let me sneak a peek at my clock over here. So it's 4:12 right now. So around 4:15, we can start taking those off. The other times I wore these, I would just peel them off, which probably would work. I kind of started to pick at this one, but I'm scared it's going to damage my nails, so we're going to use some stuff on it. I was not as smart several years ago. Like, I didn't know as much about things. So I figured we'd do 3 fingers with nail polish remover, and then the other way it suggests is to use warm water and coconut oil in a bowl and soak them. So we'll do that for the other 2 fingers. Okay, so I wanted to get those soaking, and then we'll dunk these in the warm water and coconut oil and let them soak. And I actually have their website pulled up here. Let me make sure I've went over all of the things that, yeah, so 3 to 5 minutes for the nail polish remover, and then push down on the cotton pad from your cuticle towards the end of your nail, and the wrap should slide off in one movement with no rubbing or damage to your nail. If they do stick, you can gently push the wrap off with a cuticle pusher. Always push away from your nail bed so you don't risk damaging your nail if you slip. And I wonder if they mean like push away from your cuticle, probably. Oh yeah, probably. Okay. And then using coconut oil or lemon juice in warm water. And I was like, oh yeah, do I have lemon juice? And I was thinking of, oh, that is lemon juice. I swear the instructions on my phone said coconut oil, lemon or coconut oil. And so I had the lemon juice out, and then I was like, oh wait, is it meaning oil? So I didn't bring that down here. I was going to trial a nail or 2 in that, and then do this, and then do the nail polish remover. But that's okay. We're trying one of their methods. I've never done something besides nail polish remover, so. So for this method, yeah, small amount of warm water, and okay, this is the part I read, and lemon or coconut oil in a bowl. And so I read that part right before, and I went, wait, is it lemon oil? I don't have that, I don't think. So, so I passed on that. And it just says soak for a few minutes in the liquid. And then when the bond between the nail and the wrap starts to break, use your cuticle pusher to edge the wrap up from the sides of the nail. It should slide off easily. And then if there's any residue, simply wipe it off with a tissue. And then that's supposed to leave your hands lovely and soft, ready for your next wrap application. So that's kind of the instructions. So it's now been about 3 minutes on the nail polish. I'm going to try to keep these soaking. Oh, and I realized, let me scooch this way so you can kind of see what happens. So it said push away, and it should slide off. Oh, hit what? Didn't expect that to work. Okay, so these are easier to remove than Color Street. That came right off in there. There's a little cutie in the cotton. I feel like there's a little bit of residue right there. Yeah, that came right off. So let's do the other ones. Cool. So there's the blue one. And this one was another flower nail. I wonder what it's like. Oh yeah, it is still kind of stuck. Yeah, that wiped right off. Okay. Let's get my cuticle pusher. So while I was wearing these, I did stick with my jojoba and lotion routine, and it didn't make them peel up or anything. Putting that around on my cuticles. Well, there might be a little bit of residue on that one, actually. It doesn't feel super smooth. There's still, this cotton swab is still very wet. So we'll see if we can kind of get that off. Anyway, yeah, the jojoba didn't make it peel up. The lotion, it did great. Okay, so I would say the nail polish remover was easier because that's one to still kind of stick. And I don't want to force anything because, like I said, I don't want to remove or damage that top layer of my nail. Because your nails take like 6 months to grow out, and that's the worst. So don't do it. If you're thinking about peeling your Color Street or anything off your nails, just don't do it. It's not worth it. Okay, yeah, I like the nail polish remover version better. And who knows, maybe I didn't get the combo right of, oops, I just realized I was a little, maybe off camera a little bit, but I may not have gotten the right combo. And it's cooling off already, like it may not have been. I'm sure you could play with that and get it better. So let me get, of course I put my cotton swabs way over here. Get another couple of cotton balls. Yeah, that worked amazing with the nail polish remover. Get that on there. Again, I'm excited to go back to Color Street just because, well, yeah, that's what I'm hooked on. I didn't like that these were smaller. I already struggle with the strips being big enough with Color Street, and they do a little bit better having bigger strips. Oh, I should look at the time. So right now my clock says 4:18 p.m. So I'll give it a couple of minutes. Yeah, I didn't like that I had to stretch them, and as we saw with the flower ones, you couldn't really see. So maybe if you kind of pick and chose, whatever, you could maybe, you know, pick sets though. But I don't want to mess with that, like, with my, yeah, anyway. But overall, I was way more impressed than I expected to be, and I'm going to give my leftovers to my sister, who does nails just because I do nails, so she enjoys doing that with me. So I'm going to pass those on to her, and maybe that'll be her thing, because they're a lot more affordable at $2.99 a strip, or a set. And if I remember right, they always send you just a random free extra set in there too, so like, they're great value. And I was pretty impressed with them. Okay, we're at $4.19. I don't know, let's just see. It's not going to hurt anything to just see. Because the oil probably already did a little bit of work, so getting impatient. Oh, yeah, there's a little more residue there that we'll scrub off here. Okay, so I'm using a new phone stand, and I may experiment with attaching it to something that's not the table, because, yeah, I keep bumping you, I'm sorry. about that. I am hoping it improves my sound. I know that's been a struggle, so if you've been here and still watching, thank you. I know I'm hard to understand and I'm trying to figure out how to improve that. So if you do YouTube or know anything about that, feel free. But I think this made it a little clearer. Before I just had my phone sitting, like I had a board propped up and would just hang my phone off the edge. So like where my microphone was sitting on top of a board. So I think that was muffling things. So anyway, so there's removal for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys later. I'm super excited to get back in and do my next Color Street Mani. I'll see you guys then.